A year ago, our lives, routines, and habits were greatly changed due to the COVID pandemic we're facing. None of us were exempt from these changes, and that we had to learn to embrace it. These changes deeply impacted the students. A drastic change. As school moved from offline to online, a change that took quite some time to adapt to. From learning in a classroom filled with students alike, virtually, students use applications such as Zoom, Google Classroom, Google Meet, and etc. And using the device of choice in the comfort of their home sounds like a dream. However, in reality, it was difficult. Work started to pile up. Every time I look at my Google Classroom, I saw assignments that was not done at all. And it would stress me out. It never happened to me before. When I was in school, all the work was submitted on time. So why did we start to procrastinate? I know some of my friends procrastinated before as well, but now it was getting out of hand. My name is Morales Ahmadinejad, and I'm here to ask the question how virtual learning makes students procrastinate more. First thing first, let's define the word procrastination. What is procrastination? Procrastination is an action of postponing something to a later date, for which they will resolve nearing a deadline, which causes less efforts and worsens the quality of the assignments. I created a poll to understand this issue. I asked what grade are the students in? Have they learned in an online learning environment? Have online learning made them more prone to procrastination? And explain your answer regarding their choices of the said previous question. So what kind of responses have I received? Well, the majority of the students they procrastinate more during online classes. What is causing students to procrastinate more than before? Common and most expected cause that since we're at home, it feels like a holiday and we can put it off later. Boredom, unable to adapt to a new environment is also key on the reasons. Though I do want to point out that changes in the workplace greatly contribute to this problem. As I've read of many responses that highlights school is for studying in the home and for resting and relaxation. Combining two places and you get yourself an environment that is not fit for studying effectively and consistently. Not only that, but the fundamentals of online learning also contributes to procrastination. How so? Well, because you're working from home, that gives you more free time for other things, like playing video games and many other activities that put off your work. That shouldn't be a problem, but like I said, you learn in an environment that is supposed to be a relaxing state rather than a working state. In my case, I've solved my procrastination problem in a span of 2 semesters. First, some background. My online learning experience started at the beginning of March, a quarter way in my second semester. And the first occurrence of my repeated cases of procrastination was at the end of my second semester, where I was lacking motivation and continued to delay my last 2 pending assignments to the point of not doing it at all, and I was slow from accessing my grade 8 classroom. However, I didn't start noticing it until the mid-term semester 1 exams, where I noticed I've missed and delayed multiple assignments and I did not try to solve it until the beginning of my second semester. From what I've observed, I procrastinate because I'm easily distracted with chatting with my friends and doing other things as an excuse to delay. So what sort of action I took to reduce this repeated procrastination? I researched possible solutions. However, most of them either did not work for me because of my lack of self-control or did not solve my problem at all. But I started looking at a solution that worked for me. For instance, my biggest problem is that I do my work exactly 1 to 3 hours before the deadline, which is unhealthy for me as I work in the middle of the night. So one of the solutions was to split up the work when I was a prime and able to do my work to the fullest, between the time of sunset to midnight. I overcame my procrastination habit and with an adaptive solution that fits me. And so can you. There's no solution that will fit you 100% of your problem, but you can start working with a direction and try a solution that stick to one that helps you. Herman Melville, the author of influential fiction novel Moby Dick, is documented to have procrastinated a lot when writing, to the extent where he would ask his wife to chain him to his chair so he can finish his work. Dedicated people will do anything to stop procrastination. It just matters how much you are dedicated to learning. Thank you.